We'll start the meeting of the Sheffield Selectboard and thank CTSB for recording our meetings. I'd like to first start with offering our condolences to our town clerk, Phyllis Joyce, and her family for the hard times that they're going through right now. That being said, first thing on the agenda is approval of minutes.
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from September 5th, 2 sets, and September 8th.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, update regarding Village Green sidewalk bid.
Which one of us wants to take this?
Well, I'll start, and then how's that? And
Okay.
then fill in. So under the Complete Streets program, we had applied to do portions of the sidewalk out here with the brick, and they were creating trip hazards. And so that was in our original application. And now we've put it out to bid, we've received bids and ready to move forward. And the response we got back from the state was that these funds cannot be used to do anything on private property. And the sidewalks are not owned by the town, they are on private property. Now we have easements for most of the sections that we want to replace that were given when they originally put the sidewalks in. So in front of you, you have a letter that Renee has written for your approval to go to the state, kind of informing them that they had all of this information in the beginning and why are they waiting until now, along with the funds must be used by the end of this year. So,
We also have the issue of, we still don't know what the status of that $69,000 when they changed their procurement requirements. And I apologize for this getting to you so late. One of the things that Rhonda and I were talking about is, do we just send this letter and we wait to see what happens? Our no more contact is out on maternity leave, and Kristen, who did this, is a new person replacing Amber Villancourt. So I think there's some stuff going on with just trying to catch up with what has been previously done. The other thing we might include in this letter is basically, if you're not going to allow us to do this, here are some other options we have, such as doing the sidewalk up Cook Street to go to the American Legion hook-in with the Mass DOT on Route 7, okay? And we could come up with some other things, but, and as well as an extension. But I truly do not know whether we should just let them focus on this, and then depending on what they say, do a second letter. The longer it takes, it gives us more time to have a better case for asking for an extension.
Yeah, I think that we should ask for one thing at a time so that it doesn't get too murky. But I also think we have to be prepared for how we're going to repair these sidewalks in the event that that we can't use Complete Streets monies. And, you know, I have said to Rhonda that, you know, I use the sidewalks in front of the post office every day, as do most people who live in Sheffield.
Yeah.
And, you know, they're a pretty serious tripping hazard. And so, you know, I would suggest that the board consider discussing using ARPA funds to do that work if we can't get the state to take care of it for us.
The fascinating thing is, of course, is Mass DOT did this in the originally. So
Well, and I like the fact that you put that in this letter. That I think clarifies for them that you already paid for it once on private property. But maybe they've changed their requirements.
could I just add one more thing too? Could you put something in this letter about the urgency of receiving an answer sooner rather than later so that we can decide how we're going to move ahead and the contractor's not calling every day wondering, you know, am I going to get the work or not?
So why don't I do a sentence, and then why don't, if this is approved as is, we leave it up to Rhonda to polish up and we'll get this done.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if this is on our agenda, but maybe, because it's not this is a letter, I don't know that we...
I think that it's fine, the update on the village.
Okay,
Greens
great.
sidewalk.
So I'll make a motion that we approve the letter with the necessary adjustments with, and to be sent as soon as possible.
And I'll second that. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Update regarding purchase of property on Hewen Street.
So hot off the press about half hour ago, 45 minutes, I received a purchase and sale agreement that was drafted by our town council. I just have to clarify one point in the purchase and sale, and then we will get in touch with the owner of the property, and then we will have him sign it, and then you sign.
Okay.
And then we can talk about it. You can explain to people where you're looking at purchasing.
Great.
Very good. Announcement and discussion of appointment to the library, Board of Library Trustees. We have a email here from Barbara Reeves, interested in filling out Martin Mitzoff's term. Is there any discussion or any thoughts?
So this is an appointment that's made jointly with the trustees, and so I suggest that you announce who you have and then set up a meeting to meet with the trustees to make the appointment.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. I thought this was a joint venture.
It is.
Yeah, so,
But this is the only letter that we've received. It's one.
Right, I mean, if there's a way of expediting this, the trustees have already concurred that this would be an appropriate appointment to fill that vacancy. But if you need a meeting, we can deal with that.
Okay, so we can,
So have you voted as the trustees to agree to appoint Barbara?
I believe the minutes should show that.
And if your minutes reflect it, I would consider it a joint, but it's up to the board and how they want to proceed.
well, if the library trustees are in favor, I would have absolutely no problem making a motion to appoint Barbara Reeves to start ASAP as the new library trustee.
Second.
well, any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor? Aye.
It's a little,
Congratulations.
it's a little out of the normal way, but let's get her done.
Yeah, there you go. We also have an announcement of appointment for the Agricultural Commission, and that is Amelia Conklin.
So this is actually an appointment we can make tonight.
No, it's an
No, it's an
announcement.
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 And do you know what her term would be?
I would suggest that you make it to expire on June of 26.
26, okay. All right.
So we'll make this appointment at our next meeting.
Correct.
Thank you.
Okay. Discussion action regarding curb cut for Polycoff Road.
Looks like it's all signed off.
Yep. Is that Jacob Race? Is that what I'm reading here?
So I'll make a motion that we approve a curb cut for Jacob Race. The address is Polycoff Road between 432 and 456 for a new driveway. It's properly signed off by the highway superintendent and the police chief.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, action on date for trick or treat.
This is some of the most important work we do.
This is it.
I'll make a motion that we announce that Sheffield's Trick or Treat will be held on October 31st between 5 and 7 p.m. Please turn your lights on if you're willing to entertain trick-or-treaters.
Second.
Any further discussion?
It's wonderful that it's actually on Halloween.
Yes, it's actually on Halloween.
All that often, yeah.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Action on appointment of firefighter. We have another probationary member, Morgan Benware.
So I would make a motion that we appoint Morgan Benware. It's a one-year term, 1 year probationary
Probationary.
term of probationary firefighter.
Right.
I'll second that.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Board member items. Nadine, you have any?
I do
board
not.
member items tonight?
I do not.
Renee?
I have two. One, this coming Wednesday, October 4th, at the Mahawi Theater, 7 o'clock, there will be a discussion on the upcoming vote on the 8-town regional agreement, hosted by the Berkshire Eagle at the Mahawi Theater. There is no charge to attend. Second thing is that we were talking previously about the Route 7 sidewalks. While the project manager was telling me when they thought they would start, they started. So they're moving forward. And I'm not sure when they're going to be finished, but I think it's going to be pretty soon. And I also wanted to just let the board know that the cannabis control, there's been some movement on that, and there's information on that in our mail folder. But the whole big issue of whether they're going to try to claw back any of the money that's previously been received has not been settled.
Okay. Thank you. I have nothing tonight. Rhonda?
So I have this I wanted to just kind of hold up, that residents will be receiving a postcard from our power company, and to announce that the new service has been, that the new service has been chosen, and it's a community choice power supply program. So this is the aggregation program that everyone has been in, and as everyone knows, it's an opt-out program, so everybody's in until they opt out. So if you receive this postcard, it is legitimate and it's giving you information. We will also put up on our website tomorrow the press release explaining a little bit more about it, but we've had one resident come in today asking if it was legitimate because he was nervous that he gets so many things that might not be. So this is, so you should expect it if you haven't seen it in the mail already.
On that same note, I had a resident bring to me a mailer that she got that had a $100 gift card, and if you negotiated it, it switched your electric from the aggregate program to something else. And she asked me, do you think this is a scam? Yep, it's a scam, for sure. So if it doesn't have the town of Sheffield seal on it, it's not valid.
And always, you can always call here or come here, and we would be glad to help you with what's legitimate and what's not.
I think people are going to see a rate increase. We saw that when we were negotiating this for the last couple of years. And we've had incredibly low rates compared to what National Grid has been charging. These will go up to, 15 cents or whatever it is, a kilowatt hour, 0.15, and then a number of numbers per kilowatt hour. That will be an increase, but that is still less than what they say of the 0.18, which is being provided by National Grid. And I think this starts in November.
It does.
Yeah, so we got the best we could, but rates have gone up.
Okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. Public comments? Anybody? Pat? You know the drill.
Public question, Pat Levine, 261 East Main Street. Putting my VIM hat on, where are you with the ARPA requests? The deadline has passed for the applications, am I correct? I just wonder what the schedule is.
You mean the grants?
Yes.
The grant requests?
So the board has met and awarded funds, and so letters will be going out probably sometime this week, and with the money expected to be received probably in 2 weeks.
Great, okay, thank you.
I just want to let you know that I recused myself from that, so I was not on the board when those grants were made. I was just not a member of the board making the...
No, I understand what you're saying. I don't know why, but I'm sure that will become clear. Okay.
Any other? George?
I just want to say that recently people haven't heard from me about the letter from the Legion, or to the Legion. I was laid up.
We're glad to see you in person, George.
Yep.
Yeah, well, I still got to go back in and get my gallbladder removed, but yeah, we're on board with it.
Okay.
For the 16th, 17th, something like that.
So whatever's in the letter, you were fine with that date and time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bert. Any other public comments?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.